rice, I can make silly mouth noises. Hey there. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to marketing class, content class. Today is definitely a content class.
Yeah.
I'm Jess.
I'm Julie.
And together we're socially inclined. Today we're talking and showing Pinterest pins. It's not just for looks. There we go. That's my tagline.
It's not just for looks. Okay. It's not just for the pretty.
It's not just for planning a wedding.
Right? Oh, your sister's in that mode.
Yeah. So Pinterest, and I think maybe everyone on here, or I'm talking to you usuals who are here, and certainly me in my early business, I am guilty of at some point in my running a business, thinking about being present on social media, thinking of Pinterest as just a place to put pretty stuff, and I don't have time for that. Whether people are going to collect my pins or not, I don't have time for all this pretty, like for one more thing. But when I realized the function of Pinterest and how it's actually one of the most important things you can do as a small business owner to improve your SEO, then you kind of perk up and you start listening. So there's this whole side of SEO. And Julie, you can stop me at any point because she is like the expert. But there's this whole facet, maybe like sub-discipline in SEO called backlinking. And backlinking to other people's website is actually quite hard to come by. It requires a lot of footwork and effort on the front end. But every Pinterest post you put up is a backlink for you. And it's a backlink of good quality because Pinterest has a very high domain authority.
Exactly. There. And it's highly searchable. People go for all types of reasons. Just mentioned, like for wedding planning or whatever. So no matter what it is, and that is actually pertinent to Marcy. So the more you can do, the better. But you don't have to feel, Heather just said, I started using Pinterest and just lost motivation.
Yes, that's very easy to do when you don't understand fully the role that it plays. So Heather, I happen to know that you're interested in boosting your SEO. This is one of those things that can help tremendously over time. Like, let's just say the rest of this year, you do one Pinterest pin a week that talks about a tea flavor or a tea type, and then it links back to that page. Right. I know you know. I'm talking to everybody else too, but over time, that is going to create momentum for you that you don't have to pay someone like us to do your SEO, which we could get it going faster for a big chunk of money. It's not cheap. There's a reason SEO services are expensive, but this is one of those things that's accessible to any small business owner with just a little bit of know-how.
Exactly. And the huge, so, it takes so much bandwidth to create content. Doesn't matter what it is, but the mindset, why I'm always about the why, the longevity of, so a Twitter post lasts like 22 seconds or something crazy like that. A, Facebook post is like just a few hours, and a Pinterest post 3 months. Like, you can get so much longevity out of it, and they still remain searchable for ever, basically. So people can pin them in their boards, and you can just show up in someone's wedding plan. Marcy might have an invitation that she's showing off the beautiful design that leads back to her site on how to order that, and it could have gotten pinned in 27 brides fall weddings, whatever it is. So you get how that works. So anyway, it's worth doing. You definitely need to get in the mindset to do it. And I don't think it's like, to me, it just needs to be batched. And so many people think that a pin has to be like living on your website. So just when you get ready to share, pull up anyone's blog that has a pin on it so that people get, it could be one of ours. So people get the understanding that there's a couple of different ways to do this. You can you put the image on your own website, and it gets pinnable from there. Okay, so that's the best way to do it. But when I talk about batching, let's say that we have 2 pins. Let's say we do a blog and we have 2 pins in it. Okay, so 2 image pins. At the same time, you could create 10 versions of that don't live there, but they just get posted and they go to the same place. Okay, so just 10 versions. You have 10 pieces of content that continually post to the same blog. I'm trying to remember, or trying to look back to see what I forgot who asked it about old blogs. Oh my gosh. Yeah, you spend so much time and energy on that old blog. Go make new pins, so I would add 2 images or so. And then I would make pins that go back to this. All different types of pins about whatever is pertinent. So we can talk about this. That's got pulled up right now. So
yeah, that's what I was gonna say. That's what prompted me to say let's hit record, because I forgot that's what Jen said. Can we even do it? Let me see. Where was it? Great Pinterest pins for you. Sounds good. Either way works for me. I'll probably post up a few from past blogs. Is that bad to do? Absolutely not. In fact, if you're not doing that, you are letting perfectly good and relevant content slip into the abyss of your blog. Because yes, it's great to put out fresh blog content and fresh pins for those, but fresh pins for old blogs can actually renew traffic to those blogs, which is actually what we do with our blog. For instance, the ones I'm going to show you today, I haven't even updated them for this year. So if you see, this is March 12th, 2025. So this is about the time of the month last year that I reworked these April blogs for 2024. And I don't have a pin in here. We were very much in just like get it done mode last year. But for those of you who were here last week, we showed you all of the traction that we're starting to get on our March blogs on Google, organic clicks. Google's starting to spotlight some of our content. That's not new content. That's not content that I put out this past February. That's content that I put out 2 Februaries ago, and I just adjust it a little bit. The SEO description, these H2s that you see here, some of the leading text, which, like I said, I haven't done this one yet. But yes, Jen, if you can't create new blogs, make sure that you're focusing on this Pinterest strategy. And no, you don't want, let's see, here's her pin. Is your pin actually in here so that it can be pinned? I don't see it.
Yeah, I would do at least one. It could be at the very bottom.
Yeah,
because you're
love this post, pin it.
Yeah, exactly. And put it at the bottom. It's fine. Hopefully they get to the bottom. The problem with pins is the shape, and dropping them into a blog is just not beautiful. But
it actually does look pretty good on mobile.
Yeah.
And you have to remember, probably half of your audience is seeing it that way.
For sure. Yeah. And if you don't know, you can go look at your Google Analytics to see. So, but this is a beautiful blog. And you've done a great job. We probably should maybe next week go back into blogging, because there's a few things I could say here, but for the Pinterest, linking, having them be able to pin, save this for later. And it is it's a title. It would be a title pin. That is do we have one we can show somewhere, Jess?
Well, so I was going to show this.
There you go.
Just highlight the fact that you don't just do one pin per blog. That's where you kind of go back. You get into, so there's 2 ways you can pin, or 2 fundamental ways you can add a pin to Pinterest that links back to your website. Like we've been talking about, you can put one into your blog, and then you have this little thing, and you can save it to your board. So if you're logged in as you, which you should be, these will be your boards and you'll be able to link them. Not real relevant for me to pin elderberry content onto our marketing stuff, so I'm not going to do that part here. But that you can pin it that way, or you create these graphics, which is what we're going to do a few of so that we can show you. Download them and then go directly to Pinterest and create. They always change these where these buttons are. Count? No. Create. Create pin right here. So you would upload each pin, add your title, add a description, add an alt text because that's super important.
Super important.
We talked about that last week.
They show up in Google as well. So the
Yep.
alt text makes them searchable, not just on Pinterest, but Google. So
the most important thing, I said it again, the most important thing is your destination link, right? So that's, and we'll go through that with one of them. Although I was thinking about designing pins for everybody else that was here because I feel like it's pretty straightforward, right? I'm going to download these. I'm going to write descriptions. I'm going to write titles, but not all the same one, right? Because you want to capture different things. So one may say 34 quotes, motivational quotes you need for April. The other one may say 34 inspirational quotes to post in April, like different ways to say it so that you're capturing what these people are typing into the search bar in Pinterest and also in Google.
Exactly. And Marcy had asked, if you create a new image for pinning with an older blog, are you able to create it without adding the new pinned image? Correct. Yes. This is how what Jessica was just showing is you can create it on the fly and post it straight there. It doesn't have to live on the blog at all.
Yeah.
Most pins don't actually.
Yeah. So let me see if I can go back here because, how do I get back here? Go ahead. You can go ahead and talk.
Can you go back really quick to Jen's? I'm just going to answer something really quick because,
okay.
So she said she didn't realize that the pictures were savable right here. So this is a plugin that people that are active on Pinterest use this plugin. They have it in through their browser basically, and it allows them to save these pins. So this is fantastic for you. You don't even have to do anything. It's just if they have it. So you also, just to make clear, can add your own code that will make your site, all images or specific images, pinnable on your own site. Okay, so two different things. The one you're seeing is because Jess has the plugin for her browser, because we'll pin things as we see them. Because you're not just supposed to be pinning your things, you're supposed to be pinning other people's things too.
Yeah, because the average user is looking for content on a topic.
Yeah.
You know, someone just started a business. They're trying to find content bundles. So they find those and they pin them so they can keep all of their interests in one place.
Yes.
On Pinterest.
Oh, Pinterest. Exactly.
Yeah, so see, I could save this infographic. We have several times. This is from an old blog on Holiday Marketing Guide. It's not holiday time, so I'm not going to pin that right now because that'll go to the top of our feed.
But imagine if you have a recipe that you've turned into an image, okay, and you're in a hurry, right? You can go to your own site with this plugin and just pin your own things like that, even if you don't have, and that's why we have this. Yeah, that's why we have this turned in. And see, here's an example of we have our pin at the bottom, just because it takes up so much room. So, yeah,
it certainly isn't a looker because of the way that it formats, but it's there. So if someone read it, love this post, share it on Pinterest.
All right, let's see. Anybody that I missed a question, just ask it again, okay, that we haven't covered.
Yes.
Let's see, what's the plugin? I need my Shopify site to make all the photos pinnable. I will look that up for you. Let me just look and see if I can.
It's going to be
do that. If you can go to the app store, like the Shopify app store, and type, just type in pin and see what comes up. But their Shopify has, that's what one of the softwares we specialize in. So they're
All right.
everything.
So just so we can, I guess, demystify this, I have 18. So I think it's, what's that, 6? I have 3 for each of the 6 blogs, or maybe it's 4. Shoot, I don't know. Let me see. Motivational quotes, motivational 1.
I like this
2,
view for them
3,
to be able to see.
4, 5, 6. Okay, so I have 6 blogs for April. I lose track. And these are last year's blogs. I am going to update them, update the publishing date. I do that so that they're visible and they come back to the front.
And they don't look outdated too.
Exactly. And sometimes I'll brush up the content, especially if there's mention of 2024 or whatever. But that has been working. So, we like we shared with you guys last week, we have been getting significantly more traction, even though these blogs, we wrote them 2 years ago. It's all a snowball thing. So trying to encourage you to just do the thing. It may not be this year that you get 4,000 organic clicks. Maybe it's next year.
Right. And looking at this view really quick as well. So when we decided to do the thing, so my brain goes to batching. So I'm like, okay, let's go to, like, if you're starting from 0, you're going to open Canva. You're going to go find 20, 30 pins that you like the look of. It doesn't matter the colors, whatever. Find ones that you think will work for your style. Then you can come back in, recolor them all, get them all in your palette and ready to go. And then each blog or each month or however you're going to tackle this, you have these and you can randomly choose which ones work best for the blog. So I would tackle it. I would take a blog and I would say, okay, I'm going to have 10 pins that I'm going to, do this with. So, and I would make them
like what I'm doing right now
and schedule them. Exactly. Jess is going
look at
through.
that. There you go, Marcy.
There you go, Marcy.
There's one.
And so then you just go and put like a reel, drop the background out of a picture of you taken of, your own examples. And it really, it seems like such a huge thing to take on, but it's really not if you try to, come up like with this, like to just get in the mindset and say, okay, I'm going to do this. And then the next blog, you just duplicate this, you title it, whatever the blog is, and then you just move through them and, make them work for that blog. Okay. You're going to drop a background, different background image. And it's okay that they look the same, different. Okay. That's good. Then they'll be own brand. And we're talking like a lot of these are title pins, but you don't have to just do title pins.
I was going to show that.
So I'll let you. So that's the easiest place to start. But if you have, a grouping of your products,
Ta-da. So this is a little bit whimsier than she would probably use, but you could probably quickly find something or find a way, like, first of all, you could change this from Pony Club to that. Or we just, simple, natural ways to strengthen your immune system. Okay. I should have made her some while I was prepping. All right. So, and then maybe, let's see. I bet I could have found something
that would have been a little bit better, but that's okay. I think it's good to show. Yeah. Type in. Okay. There you go. I was going to say, or type in infographic. There you go. Well, you're getting them.
Yeah. So all of these, that would be, a little bit more relevant. And if I wanted to fuse them, I could use that, because this to me looks a little more like her. So I could just literally take this out. And then I can grab
yeah.
what I like about this, which is these things. I think I even want to grab these.
Yeah, I would.
And then, oh, how did I lose that? All right, Control C. And voila. Change this color to this nice little that.
Do all, and there you go. Wow. That is the best. Like, that's worth the price of admission to this, even if it's free for you, the people that are on here. That's like right there, and then you just come in, and now you've got this pin for the future blogs, and then you can just change the little pieces that are back there, little clip arts, but the look can still stay the same.
Yeah.
And, put your 5 tips in or whatever it is. And then next time,
Yeah, I'm having a little trouble. I just wanted to move these up a little, but of course it's being a pain. There you go.
If everyone doesn't understand the select,
yeah,
that
it's such a game changer.
Down, right? You can hold the shift down or the control down and select multiple things. It is, when you've got a lot of elements, it is hard to.
All right, yeah. So I like that a lot. But you see how I fused one with another, and like that immediately looked better. I'm not going to take the time to put your 5 ways in, but I will share this template with you guys. And if you want to pull one down, you can. All right. So then, of course, you want to brand it. So.
Hi, Shanna says, is this available for replay? I'm watching from my car. It is for Success Club members. I'm not sure if you are, but if you write into chat, we'll figure out how to get it to you. We'll get you the information. So, and then Fran, you make it look so easy, Jessica.
Sweet and simple KY. Yeah. Sweet and simple KY. There you go. So not her. I don't know what her fonts are or anything like that, but this is just like a real quick way. And I had already pretty much finished this one. Okay. So the same blog, I could probably come up with about 10 more. And I would, if I were you, come up with about 10 per blog and download it. Once you get them all like you like, download it, go to your Pinterest and post them. Or schedule them. I would do one today and then schedule, one a day for the next 10 days. And then I would start on the next blog, or you can alternate however you want to do. Since they live so long, it's not terrible to post about the same blog 10 days in a row. But for the sake of people coming to look at your Pinterest, like if someone's like, oh, who's this putting out all elderberry stuff? You don't want them to see 10 of the same blog and then 10 of the next blog. So I would try to mix them, which you do that in the schedule. Where was it again? Great pen. So right here, publish immediately or publish at a later date. So
Jen says all going to the same blog. Yes. Or so
they're all a backlink. They're all another backlink.
Exactly. So, and
for your product.
Imagine, and if you've got these saved later, you can come back and schedule them again. So if you did 10 of them, let's say you do 2 this month, 2 the next month, or 3, however it is, it's almost like the more that, like, you can totally repost the same thing on Pinterest. It's obviously easy to change. You could even duplicate the same set. Let's say you did 10, duplicate the same set, just switch the colors. So where it's dark, make it light, and vice versa. And then you got a whole different look, and then you can post them again. So that way, when you're viewing your whole feed, I just posted the link to Success Club. It is
$15 a month.
There are literally, Shannon, thanks for joining us. It's our first time. But there are literally, I don't know, probably 200 trainings like this in there, like literally probably that many, and then, like old stuff. So you just go through, they're titled, you find, what it is, and they're all still highly relevant. So you'll have plenty to choose from. So, and cancel anytime. Let's see. 4 different seasons. Yes. Okay. I had a thought really quick.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. So we're talking about blogs. Okay, so the people here that don't have a blog, it's okay. All right, so you can tie these to a product if you have a product.
Jesus. I was trying to say that. Okay. I was like getting ready for that spiel.
Well, I was trying to not cut in 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, so it's not just about blogs. You can strengthen all of your links by sending, just like our MVP strategy, these are highly educational, not necessarily salesy, right? Because you're sending people to your blog, but you should mix in some DIY bundle. Like, ever want to make your own? Well, it's sold out, but you should still do it, because the link authority, the domain authority will still be there for you, so that when you're not sold out, maybe someone will come here and see it. Oh, it's sold out. And then your little pop-up comes up and they get on your list, hoping that you'll email them when it's ready.
For sure. One other thing is, so she showed you the tips, but this is applicable. Shanna, I'd love to know what niche you're in and what you do. We can give you some examples. But for Jen and Heather both, you can do recipe cards. So both of you, so like elderberry recipes, and you can link specific to the product to purchase that's the main ingredient in the recipe, whatever. For Heather, she's pure blend tea, so she has tons of recipes, and so you can just make a beautiful recipe. And of course, in the picture, you want to highlight your tea so that when they're looking for the recipe, right? So you got to get in the mindset of the person that's looking. Okay, I'm looking for some anti-inflammatory tea, right? And how to prepare. I don't know. I mean, she sells that, but like a recipe that includes it, maybe. And then it's going to advertise her tea, as the main ingredient, but this is way, however, to make it wonderful. I didn't say that very well, but you understand what I'm saying. So people are just looking for recipes. If you're highlighting your product in the recipe, then you are, showcasing yours instead of someone else's. Okay. There you go. Oh, she's 10 delicious matcha recipes for summer.
That doesn't look very summery. I'm coming. Okay? Coming.
We'll just change that pink to green and or her color.
Getting there. Oh, that's not
watermelon-y right now.
I need that color. There we go. It's better.
Hey, let's show really quick. Well, if it's not something that's like your specific colors, go back and click that one more time.
Okay, hold on. Oh, see, that looks delicious and summery. Okay, go back and click what?
Yeah, so click that. All right, scroll down. Let me see. When you have Pro, keep scrolling. You're going to look for the images. You don't want to have all this.
Oh,
see
photo
that image
colors.
right there? Yes, so you can pick a complementary color. So for people that don't normally do design and have a hard time matching up colors, you're out there. So that is for you to pick out the perfect color to match this, because I don't know, clashing colors can draw the eye, but maybe for the wrong reason. So pick a color that's complementary to the image or on brand for you. When it's on brand for you, try to pick an image that's on brand. We'll have to show that later on on somebody else's, because that's super right there. All right.
Great. So this could be, if you had a blog that shared delicious matcha recipes, awesome. And then you could have another pin for it that said it in a different way, right? So you just swap this for some matcha looking smoothies and change the colors. And then you could also go ahead with like a recipe card that maybe you share one of the recipes. So obviously you got to have a little creativity to think about, but you just swap this to a matcha picture. And then here you're talking about your ingredients: 2 cups of ice, 1 teaspoon of matcha powder, 1 cup of almond milk, half a cup of coconut milk, a dash of organic honey, or whatever it is. But, I have a lot of design experience. It would probably take, if I knew the content, like I knew the actual recipe, if I was copying it, it'd probably take me about 2 minutes to swap this over.
Right. Click in the chat, click Heather's link really quick, because this is perfect that she has already, like, this can totally be turned into a pin so fast.
It is a pin. Just repost it as a pin.
Exactly. So
Perfection.
That is exactly already. So that can lead. So whatever is there a specific tea? I don't know. Anyway, whatever. If there's specific, you can tie it to a blog. You can you could have recipes for whatever blog, but it can go straight to the product. So many people miss out.
Mediterranean mint tea. There we go.
There you go.
Send
So
it to that.
that one I would send straight to. Something else that I would do. Okay. Sorry, this is bonus land. I do this for our paid customers. But once you get this going on your product, if you use Shopify, it doesn't matter what you use, but if you use Shopify, you can customize a product. You can actually put the recipe card. You can put it in the description of the product if you wanted to. Like need recipe ideas. Here's your first one, whatever. So put that actually on the page. That will help you to sell the product. People can understand more how to use your product when you demonstrate like that. So it doesn't matter what it is. That happens to tea. So Shanna says she's just getting started. She doesn't have a blog or niche yet. Perfect. So you
just absorb as much as you can.
Fundamentals, yes. Pick something that is that you enjoy because you're gonna get to do a lot of it. Let's see. St. Patrick's Day matchas, Fran says. And Fran, I forget what you do. Drinking raw cocoa matcha right now. Oh, nice. How should she repost it as a pin? Okay, wait. Who said that?
Yeah, who said that?
Basic Jen. How should she repost it as a pin? So she literally go back to your Pinterest.
Oh, that kills me. Okay.
Right click on it and save it from her Instagram. Will you?
Oh.
Yes. All right. So
it's not gonna let me.
Fast and dirty way.
It's saving the whole website.
Snippet.
Okay, yeah.
All right. For all the people in the back that don't know snipping. Oh, we can't see it, but it's okay. There's a snipping tool on Windows. It lets you draw up. We don't see it at all. I'm sorry, but you draw a little square around it. It snips the image that's right there. Okay. Normally we would right click and save as and get the real image, but Jessica just snipped it. So it's not going to be as great a quality.
It's good enough though.
Ta-da. Hey, imperfect action. So you're going to put the image in. Okay. That is perfect. It's branded and you're going to come in, you're going to add your title. We would have to look up the page with the mint tea.
I'm here. I'm here for it. Let's see. Pure blend tea. And she's Shopify, so it should have a search. Yes. Mint. Mediterranean mint. Mediterranean mint.
Fran says she's a career counselor, but focus on personal development. Awesome. You've got tons of content that you can work with.
Paste. All right. So my favorite thing.
And Jen says Instagram as a pin. So here we go.
My favorite thing is to just put this graphic in ChatGPT and ask it to write me a Pinterest description.
She says, sorry, I realized this. She knew how to do this. Sorry. We knew you would. But for some people that might not understand, so typically she made this image, so she would have had it in her Canva or wherever she made it. And she could resize it as the true Pinterest size pin. But she says, I realize it's the same process even for Instagram reposting. Thank you. I think Jen thought maybe that we were going to send them to the Instagram. You can do that.
But then you're just giving Instagram backlinks.
Exactly. You want, but if you're trying to grow your following, there's a time to do that. Like follow for more. Like you
follow on Instagram or catch my video content on Instagram.
Exactly. We do Food Fridays where you get a free recipe every Friday. Follow us on Instagram for it.
Okay. What else? What are we missing? I was working on some colors over here, but some reason it's because it's this matcha. There we go.
Let's see. So anybody else? Oh, it's Francis St. Patrick's Day matchas. LOL. So you could totally tie that to, maybe have. I don't know. I mean, you can.
But do y'all remember what this looked like before? It was so pink, and you might have thought, well, that's not what I need. I'm doing matcha. Well, ta-da.
Jen says, this has been so great. Do I create a business Pinterest page, or do I start these on my personal? Business. Because there's might become a time that for some Pinterest ads work amazing. So you have to have a business to run ads. You might think that you might not you ever want to, but you never know when it starts gaining traction. And then you could put 200,000 more eyeballs on a piece of content that might
for
sell.
$10.
Yeah. So it's really amazing what it can do. So yes, anyone that doesn't have one, it's really easy to start. It's really easy. All of these things are fairly easy. The problem is the time. There goes my pyramid again, my triangle, but when you're comparing what is working for you, you do have to put a little skin in the game to find out if this will work for you. In anything that's food related, e-commerce at all, clothing, style, skincare, fitness, anything like that, Pinterest is your haven. Even for Fran, it is amazing, especially if you go at it from the illuminating tips. Life hacks would be a great way to go at it for you, Fran. So let's say you're a coach and you pick out 10 amazing life hacks that, you can Google them, you can ask ChatGPT, whatever. If you have you could write a full blog on that, put it on your website, put the pins in there and pin them. You can make some more pins. Those people are just thirsting for how to do something better, how to do maximize their time, so getting traffic to your site. If you also have a coaching program or, one-on-one services, whatever it is that you do, or digital products, whatever, a planner, I don't know, whatever it is that you do, that you get them to your website and then you can show them more. So this was what I was going to say. Part 2 is optimizing the blog. Okay. You start your Pinterest and you get traffic going to the website. The blog has to try to be oh, you're here now. Here's what I've got, here's the answer to your problem, and here's how you can buy it. So Fran says, I have a career planner and my resume checklist on my blog. Awesome. So that would be perfect. So whatever you're most I would start there. So, and try, we know that Pinterest would work for you if you can, get your head wrapped around, devoting the time. How I have to do it is I have to just say, okay, 3 hours, I'm going to do as much as I can do in this window, and I'm going to get it up, and get it working for me. Let's see. Jen had another. Let's see. I'm looking. Start talking, Jess. I got to read.
Well, I was reading Jen's too.
Oh, well, you answer it then.
Well,
I
think in general, personal content does get better reach than business content. I think that's just the nature of the beast.
For sure. I didn't read the question. So if it's a personal profile,
but I don't know how you would have changed it.
Profile.
I changed my personal to business so I could schedule posts from my phone. Are you talking about your Instagram or your Facebook? I read into it. It says you keep all your followers, but now I can schedule posts. It seems to be fine, but I started wondering because your last few posts had less responses. Facebook.
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't know you could have a personal.
My recommendation, you can change your personal to, did you do the professional dashboard or did you change it to a page? If you change it to a page, people can follow you, but you basically lost your personal, and then you're forcing the people that are on your profile to follow your page and they might not want to. So it is my recommendation, not typically to do that for anyone else that's on here. It's okay, Jen, that you did. So, but growing a page, you want people that are truly interested in what you're doing to be on your page. Let's see, professional dashboard. Yes. Okay. Professional dashboards. That is fine. It's like an intermediary in between there. And there's no issue with doing that. Your reach might actually be a little less, but they've done that. It's more of a monetization thing. And so many people are using their profile for business. So you get a bunch of stats and whatever. So keep
Yeah, I
monitoring
think I
it.
did that too. Just don't get bent up about what reach you get.
Right.
Heather says my Shopify's up over 200% month to date. I'm barely hanging on. So
Wow.
sounds like a good
Traffic
thing.
or sales or that's awesome. It doesn't matter what it is. So traffic,
You're barely hanging on because you're so busy fulfilling orders. That's good.
That is great. And it's a measure. Sales, go girl. That's awesome. So
Boom.
imagine if you started really working on Pinterest because it's so long. And for you, I actually would say if you're barely hanging on, I would work the recipe route if you have any of those already that you're posting in other places. And I would try to quickly turn them into pins. Yep. And wholesale is way up too. Awesome. When I deliver the logo that we talked about, I need to ask you a question about your wholesale. I'd like to know, you can be thinking about it if you run that through Shopify as well. Do you have that like locked down? I've got someone I need to do that for.
Awesome. All right, everybody. Anybody?
Well, I hope you can come away. Shanna, please come back and see us next week.
Oh yeah. Anyone have some requests?
Yep. We can even help with helping you narrow down a niche if you have just questions. It's a big deal. Let's see. Trying to make sure we got everyone. Hopefully Marcy's like seasoned. She understands the whole Pinterest. So I'm hoping she doesn't have any questions. But yeah.
Awesome. All right. Well, thank you, everybody.
Okay. Well, I might have a pro tip for you to use Shopify. Anyway. Okay. Bye. Y'all have a good one. Marcy says all good.